Hello, hello, everybody. How are you guys doing? Y'all heard the news, right? Before we get to the latest update of this scandalous, treacherous highway robbery, we're gonna break it down. If you have not hit the like button yet, make sure you do, because YouTube's algorithm is not the friendliest. Yes, so it helps with the algorithm. Comment. I saw a good comment just now. So going up, someone said, "Richard, how dare you? How dare you hold politicians accountable? You grifter! You're a right-wing reactionary like Jimmy Dore." That's a good one, man. I liked it. It was in all caps too, so it made it even better. So, yeah, dude, let's get into it. I'm so excited to dig through legislation. There's nothing more invigorating, is there? Okay. So this new COVID relief, stimulus, all the fancy names they like to give for what is essentially highway robbery. A lot of people have been getting it wrong, actually. They think that the squad voted against it, right? Because they automatically assume that, yeah, of course, these noble, politicians, these progressives who have joined a cesspit such as the Democratic Party would vote against such a thing, right? $600, a one-time $600 check. Of course they'd vote against that, right? That's insulting. Who would give a one-time $600 check to millions and millions of Americans who have not only been laid off, but also lost their health care, because health care is tied to employment in the US, right? So they just assume, like, yeah, of course. How dare you? So let's examine how this vote went down. By the way, I find it quite amusing that American media is so dishonest that you need a Syrian to come and explain to Americans how their own government works. You got to let me have a little laugh there. You got to let me have a little chuckle. So just briefly, just to tell you what's in this package. So this is from The Hill. Here, take a look. So the major contours of the agreement mirror those of the $2.2 trillion CARES Act approved by both parties in March. That features lesser spending on key benefits, meaning you're being screwed over. It includes $600 direct payments to individuals and a $300 weekly boost in unemployment insurance. For instance, both representing half the amount offered in the CARES Act. So they screwed you already in March with the CARES Act, right? They gave you a one-time $1,200 check. That's if you even got it. And even those who were eligible, some of them have not even received it. That's back in March. Americans have received nothing besides that, okay? I mean, this is criminal regardless. But for the richest nation on earth to do this, unbelievable. Canada, the UK, all of these other countries are able to, keep their citizens afloat, give them a social safety net. This is preposterous. And not to mention the highway robbery, right? The biggest upward transfer of wealth in history. That's why they made it a voice vote. So you can't really tell. It's not, we'll never know how they really voted. We'll never know. It's not on record. We can't go back and look how each senator, how each a congressperson voted to give away trillions to corporations in the middle of a pandemic. So now they're giving you half of that. And this is 8 months in, okay? And take a look at this, just so you know the margins of how this vote went down. So the first, so they divided into two votes, which I'm about to break down to you, because this is where a lot of the confusion is coming around. Look at the margins, 327 to 85. So everybody's on board. Then 359 to 53. That 53, oh, you're going to have a nice little laugh at the end. You're going to have a nice little laugh at the end of this video about that number. Okay? So let's take a look at how this vote went down, because everyone thinks that AOC, that Ayanna Pressley, Ilhan Omar, they voted against this, right? Because they've been decrying for weeks. We've been hearing for weeks from them about how criminal, how insulting it is that, the government would suggest such a stimulus, right? A one-time $600 check. Okay, let's take a look then. Are you ready? So this bill, okay, 5,000 pages, over 5,000 pages long. All right. And I started sifting through it last night. They had about 2 hours to read it. The bill, once again, it's 5,000 pages, and they had 2 hours to read it. Okay? Look, Thomas Massey, for example, he was talking about this, right? A 5,500 plus page bill. Okay? So I started sifting through it. Let's see how this went down. The squad voted against some provisions in the Senate amendment, but voted yes on the final bill. What's that? They voted yes on the final bill? Except Rashida Tlaib and Tulsi Gabbard. So let's see how this went down. Here are the roll calls, all right? This is how it went down. We had several votes. Pay attention to 249, 215, 251. Okay? Specifically 215, 251. In 250, all right, what they did is they voted on, hold on, let me open up the PDF for you over here. So there we go. The United States-Mexico Economic Partnership Act. And this is confusing a lot of people because they're thinking, that's not the COVID relief bill. Why is it called the United States-Mexico Economic Partnership Act? That has nothing to do with it. Okay, so this has been confusing a lot of people. Right? The United States-Mexico Economic Partnership Act, okay? This is a shell. This is a shell. There's nothing in it when it was first passed by the Senate. You see the date on this? Look at the date, 15th of January, 2020. Okay? There's nothing in this at the start. So where does this price tag come from? Where does the price tag come from? It comes from an amendment. Okay? So this went to the Senate, and the Senate came out with an amendment. All right? It's called the Consolidated Appropriations Act of 2021. This thing is over 5,000 pages long. Okay, this is the behemoth. This is the behemoth. All right. So this is an amendment by the Senate to HR 133, also known as I said, the United States-Mexico Economic Partnership Act. All right. Now, just to break this down for you, I actually made some hold on, where are my graphics over here? Yeah, I made some nice graphics for you. You see this? Isn't that beautiful? I did that myself. You got to give me credit, man. I had to go back and learn how to use Excel again. So look, the whole cost of it is 2.3 trillion, all right? 900 billion, that's the COVID relief. 1.4 trillion is made up of this. Watch out, here comes another fancy graphic. There we go. 740 billion is for the military, all right? And then we got 664 billion, that's for domestic programs, okay? So this is the whole price tag, and that's how they've broken it down. Now, when they had a vote over here on roll 250, okay, I'm just pulling this back up for you over here. Yes, it is very confusing, and it is designed that way on purpose. It is designed that way on purpose. When they voted on 250, do you see that? Roll 250. The question was, if you agree with this amendment coming from the Senate, okay, containing divisions B, C, E, and F, this is where all the progressives voted no, okay? That's where they voted no. And you can see that over here. You can see the voting, the roll call from 250. You can see that over here, right? So I'll just pull up Democrats, nay, and you can see Tulsi Gabbard. You can see Pramila Jayapal, Ro Khanna, Ocasio-Cortez, Omar, Presley, Tlaib. They're all here, right? They voted no on this. So they voted no on this amendment containing divisions B, C, E, and F. Now, what are divisions B, C, E, and F? So, I mean, these are things, hold on, let me pull up the giant bill. Yes, you can see it's 5,000 pages long. So divisions B, C, and F are things like commerce, justice, science, and related agencies. Division C is the Department of Defense Appropriations Act, right? Division E is financial services and general government appropriations. I mean, this thing is enormous, man. It's absolutely ridiculous. So here we go, right? Like I was saying. So you got divisions B, C, E, and F. So the progressives, they voted no on this. All right? This is roll 250. They voted no on this. All right? Then comes roll 251. They get another vote. Again, let me pull it up for you. Roll 251. This is without those sections that I just showed you, B, C, E, and F. All right? The problem is with this. The problem is with this. The COVID relief is not in divisions B, C, E, and F. It's in divisions M and N of the bill. Okay? Look over here. Division M. I need to zoom in for you so you can see it. Division M, Coronavirus Response and Relief Supplemental Appropriations Act 2021. Division N, Additional Coronavirus Response and Relief. This is where the $600 check is. All right? They voted for that shit. Every goddamn Democrat voted for that shit except Tulsi Gabbard and Rashida Tlaib. How do we know? Because you can check the roll call. Roll call 251. Let me pull it up. There we go. Look at the nays. You got 53 nays, 53 no's. Okay? Let's look at the Democrats. Tulsi Gabbard, Rashida Tlaib. They are the only two people in the Democratic Party who voted against this. And ironically, you got like 50 Republicans and I think one independent. Yeah, it says that up here. Right? So you have more Republicans voting against this, allegedly because of the deficit. But anyway, so they've been yelling about this for weeks. AOC, Ilhan Omar, oh my God, we can't allow this. $600 is not enough. We can't do this. And then they fucking vote for it. And they disappeared, by the way. They disappeared. So we didn't hear nothing from AOC for like 24 hours, right? The Twitter queen, she disappeared. How odd. How odd. And you had tons of people defending her like, look, she voted no. What are you talking about? You're a liar. Man, you should be fucking embarrassed. Like, you need an Arab to come and explain your own government to you and tell you what your politicians are doing under your own fucking nose. You should be ashamed. You are a fucking dingus. Okay? You are a clown. And anyone defending these quote unquote progressives, you're clowns. You're tolerating this $600 in the richest nation on earth? $600, really? I mean, this is insulting. It's like they're daring you at this point. So They never had a problem with this. Division M, Division N, Mike and Niall. Oh, they had no problem with that. I mean, it's frankly unbelievable. It really is. It really is unbelievable, because if you look at what they were saying, okay? Hold on, let me pull up my Twitter over here just to show you. Look at Ilhan Omar, what she was saying. This is December 17th. This is a few days ago. Every member of Congress should be ashamed. A one-time $600 check and $300 unemployment after 8 months is embarrassing. Countries around the world are doing right by their constituents, providing $2 to $3K. We should act urgently and accordingly in addressing the economic pain of our constituents. Exactly. Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you. So why did you vote for it? Why the fuck did you vote for it? You should be ashamed. See, I'm not attacking Ilhan Omar. That's her saying that. Look, I'll read it to you again. Every member of Congress should be ashamed. One-time $600 check. It's embarrassing. She said this a few days ago. This is December 17th. And then yesterday she goes and votes on the $600 check. I mean, unbelievable. Same thing with AOC. The same thing with AOC. Look at this. She was doing a little Twitter poll. Is $600 for a second COVID check enough? 62% of people voted hell no. What was she saying over here? This is AOC. I don't know if you can see that. I'm trying to zoom out, but it's also December 17th. So also just a few days ago. If you don't want your member to vote for a $600 deal, you really need to tell them that. Don't think, oh, I voted for a Democrat, we'll be fine. No. If there's an amount that's too little or any other red line that you want them to vote no on, then you need to tell them that. Well, bitch, I'm telling you. We're fucking telling you. And you voted for it. You fucking voted for it. Look at these two-faced, two-timing snake motherfuckers, man. Look at them. Like in the same breath, in the same week, they say one thing and then do completely different other. They do the other. They say one thing and do the other. It's unreal. It's unbelievable. How can you justify this? Like, dude, I don't care. Listen, you need to understand something here. You need to understand something here. This is not even just about the COVID relief. This is not even just about the highway robbery that has been taking place, the CARES Act, the HARES Act. This is a question of these so-called progressives lying to your fucking face. Like have some self-respect. All right, have some self-respect. Why are you defending this shit? If AOC was an old white dude, would you tolerate this shit? You would not tolerate that. If Mitch McConnell said that, if Donald Trump said that, would you not call him out for his lying? Why are you accepting this bullshit? She's literally saying we should hold her accountable. Just like with Medicare for All, just like when she was running in 2018, she said we need to hold power accountable. We need to push the Democratic Party. And when we do that, all of a sudden the boutique left, they lose it. And this is a few days ago. This is December 17th. She's saying if you don't want your representative in Congress to vote for a $600 check because it's not enough, you need to tell them that. So we're fucking telling you. And people told you and you still voted for it. Why? Because you're a fucking fraud. You are literally a fraud. You're the definition of a fraud. You're a fucking liar. You are a typical fucking politician. Classic, full-blown corporatist Washington, D.C. politician. Congratulations. You're fucking indistinguishable from the rest of the party now. Congratulations. You talk the talk, and then you fuck people in the ass. That's what you do. Not once, not twice, not thrice, 6 times, right? Unbelievable. I mean, this is literally a scam. Literally Literally, this is literally a scam. Fraudulent. Preposterous. Look at this. How brazen she is in her lying. I mean, it's unreal. Truly an unmasking. Truly the great unmasking. And then you got all these clowns trying to defend this stuff. I mean, just Now, what's even more funny is that if you go on her Twitter, right? If you go on her Twitter, the day of the vote, so look what she's saying. Look what she's saying, man. She's complaining they don't have enough time to read it, right? She says, this is why Congress needs time to actually read this package before voting on it. Members of Congress have not read this bill. It's over 5,000 pages. It arrived at 2 p.m. today, and we are told to expect a vote on it in 2 hours. This isn't governance, it's hostage taking. So why did you fucking vote for it? How can you say that and then fucking vote for it a few hours later? This is unbelievable. She is fucking two-faced. I mean, like, all politicians are two-faced, but she is exemplary. I mean, it's really, it's staggering. It's shameless. It's brazen. It's truly something. It's truly something. I mean, I'm frankly impressed by the mental gymnastics that people go through to justify this, to defend this, to insulate people like this from criticism. Look, she's telling you we don't have enough time to read this. She's right. Do you know how big this bill is? I just showed you. It's 5,000 pages. Dude, you know what's hilarious? You try using Control F to find words inside of the bill. It doesn't even work because the goddamn bill is so long. Somebody pointed out it's longer than all 7 volumes of Harry Potter. No one can read that in 2 hours. Okay? No one can read that in 2 hours. So, you know, at best, she is criminally negligent. She's a buffoon. She's incompetent at best, right? If you're a lawmaker, you've been elected, you've been sent to Capitol Hill to govern on behalf of your constituents, and you recklessly vote yes on a piece of legislation that is 5,000 fucking pages long that you have not read. You didn't fucking read it. In the best case scenario, you are an idiot and you should not be in that position. That's if we're giving you the benefit of the doubt. But we don't need to do that. She's not an idiot. Look, man, the whole premise of this is relief, right? It's to give you money to help you out, to help the Americans stay afloat during this crisis, right? That's the whole premise of this. Nothing else. She knows there's a $600 check in there, a one-time $600 check. So, you know, even if we want to cut her some slack here and say, oh, it's okay she didn't read all 5,000 pages, how could you vote for it regardless when you know that it's just $600? How the fuck is that enough? Go ahead, you can read the 5,000 pages. You're not going to find more than $600 in there, okay? Go ahead and read it. It's not there. So why would you vote for this? When you specifically criticized this amount of money, you knew it's too little. You said that publicly. You just stated that a few days ago. You've been saying it for weeks and you've been blaming Republicans, and then you go and fucking vote for it. And then you have people you're going to have people who are going to say, yeah, it's better than nothing. And you know, what do you expect her to do? This is what the majority wanted. That's not what we're talking about. She had a position. She said this is not enough. She lied. We're talking about the dishonesty here. We're talking about the inconsistencies, if you want to put it diplomatically. Okay? I didn't ask you what the rest of the Congress thinks, you little smart fuck. I'm telling you she's a fucking fraud. I'm telling you Ilhan Omar is a fucking fraud. AOC is a fraud because they say one thing and then do another. Not just another, they do the complete opposite. What does that mean? They're just typical slimy politicians. How is that progressive? No, and they didn't do this just once. They did it twice. They did it thrice. They fucked you in the ass. Do you understand this? You've had 6 goddamn bills passed. How many checks did you get? Look how much money they're making off with, these corporations. What the fuck is, man, I haven't even gotten into the other crap in this bill to date alone, but what the hell is this? Again, I'm going to show you my fancy graphic, right? Pull up my fancy graphic over here. Why is the military budget in here? What is it doing there? Why is there funding for all these government agencies in here? It gets worse, by the way. You want to see something else? Here, take a look. Take a look. They've got $33 million for regime change in Venezuela. Man, they put everything in here. They put everything in here. Now, again, to be fair, this is in Division C, I believe, right? So the defense budget, if you go and read that, you're going to find a lot of the crap in there. Also, the aid to Israel getting $500 million or whatever it is on top of the billions that they already get, and Egypt, Sudan, a lot of countries getting a bunch of money. Again, to be fair, when they had Roll 250, when they voted on the version that included these, AOC, Tulsi Gabbard, Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, Ayanna Pressley voted no. Okay, they were the only five. They voted against it, right? I'm just pulling it up again just to show it to you. So this is roll call 251, and we want 250. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Actually, they were not the only five, but they were among the Democrats who voted against it, right? So they would have preferred not to include it. But again, you're here to provide relief to the American people because of the pandemic. $600 is not enough. So my point is whether you include $2 billion for Space Force, which yes, they did that shit. I'm not kidding. There's money for Space Force in this. You can't make this up, man. Whether you include that or not is irrelevant. This is insufficient. This is bullshit. This is nonsense. And they're fucking two-faced. That's the issue here. And then they disappeared. They went all hush. Out of sight. Nowhere to be seen. All of a sudden. Right? Now, this is really funny because I just want to show you again how they try to wiggle out of this the criticism, the squad. So take a look at this. So Thomas Massie, he said, reminder, the House has a rule to give everyone 72 hours to read the bills. Every Democrat in the House voted to suspend that rule. And that's why we're voting on a 5,500 plus page bill tonight with less than 8 hours to read it. And then Ilhan Omar, she answers, stop lying, I am a Democrat, and voted against suspending the rule. And I think Tulsi Gabbard also answered him. She said, not every Democrat. Her reply is somewhere below. So my point is here, Ilhan Omar knows that 8 hours is not enough to read that goddamn thing. AOC knows this. They all know this. And they still fucking voted for it. I mean, this is unacceptable, man. It really is. It's just, there's so many things wrong with this. You cannot play devil's advocate for them. You just can't. You really can't. You can't look at this in a positive light. This is not the first time. This is not the second time. They have screwed you over so much. Like every single bill that they've passed is always, oh yeah, we got to get relief to the American people. And they give you fucking crumbs. They give you crumbs. It's unbelievable. They won't, the message of the squad, basically, again, with the exception of Rashida Tlaib, because she didn't vote for it. Their message essentially has been, fuck you. We're not going to fight for healthcare. We're not going to withhold our vote for Nancy Pelosi. And fuck you. You can have some crumbs. We're not going to give you any relief during this pandemic. Okay. So how are you any fucking different? How are you any different? And once again, you're going to have the cucks, you're going to have the eunuchs, you're going to have the little bootlickers come along and say, but what can they do? They're just 4 congresswomen. Oh yeah, just some of the most popular politicians on the planet, right? Again, they criticized this shit. They said it's unacceptable, and then they went and fucking voted for it. they went and fucking voted for it. So stop insulating them from criticism. This is the statement from Rashida. So she said that my duty is to show up and represent my district. The 13th district was already struggling before COVID because they've been told over and over again to wait for meaningful change. We can't wait any longer. I voted no on the COVID bill. Our folks are dying, and we waited enough. She's right. And Tulsi Gabbard also put out a video on her Twitter. And in case you're wondering how Bernie voted, yeah, big fucking surprise right there. Again, right? Again. They keep coming with the hits, man. They keep coming with the hits. Isn't this wonderful? Look at all these. Look at the consistency, the bipartisanship, right? It's just it's lovely how they just somehow manage to screw over constituents every chance they get. Really interesting, right? So there you go. I just wanted to wrap that up or clear that up rather. To explain what happened, because, you know, people are pretending that, oh, the squad didn't vote for this, you know. No, they didn't do that. You're a liar. Yeah, okay. All right, you can go and live in La La Land with your delusional nonsense. By the way, here's a funny tweet that I found. There should be a law that if you can't physically lift a bill, it can't be voted on. Yeah, I agree. 5,000 pages? I mean, you know why they did that, right? It's obvious. It's kind of like if you think of the crime bill, for example, where they put the Violence Against Women Act inside of the crime bill because they know people are going to want to vote for that. And that's how they get the crime bill passed, right? They'll put like a good piece of legislation inside of a bad one and make it dependent on that. So yeah, you know, that's why they're calling this an omnibus, because it is. It's got 1.4 trillion worth of legislation inside of it, right? Like we said, the Space Force nonsense, something about horses. I'm not kidding you. Hold on, look at this. 1 second. I'm just gonna like, you're not gonna believe this, okay? First of all, you can see up here like 5,593 pages. I mean, this is obscene. Okay, but let's just do a quick search over here. Horses. Look at it. It's still finding how many matches there are. Why are we talking about horses in here? Look, it's going 54. It's going to go up a bit more. I'm pretty sure there's more than 54. Dude, what? Why are we talking about horses in this goddamn bill? Why are people who own horses being given money? Like, this is unacceptable. This is obscene. I mean, you know, if an Arab country had done this, or if an African country had done this, if a country in the global south had done this, they would scream at the top of their lungs, right? Oh, look at them. They're so corrupt. Oh, they live in a banana republic. Motherfucker. I mean, this is a next level banana republic. I mean, I'm speechless. Like, I don't even know what to say, man. Legit clown shit. Clown shit. That's what this is. And anyone defending anyone who voted for this, clown. You know, everybody voted for the fucking CARES Act should already be in jail just for how much they stole from you. Just for the CARES Act alone, the first one. Never mind the HEROES Act and all the other nonsense, right? So I hope I was able to break that down eloquently enough for you. And there you go, man. There you go. The story does not stop there, though, right? Because we've had some interesting developments, which we'll get to in a second. But again, like, you know, she doesn't deny that she voted for the goddamn $600 check, right? She doesn't bring that up, but she still tries to pretend that she tried to do some good. All right. We'll give you a little a sticker for effort. All right. Look, you know, I know we needed more time, and I voted against that, but in the end, you know, I still voted for the bill anyway, even though I didn't read it. Wow, well done. Well done. You voted for a 5,000 fucking page bill that you didn't read. Well done. Great. Wonderful. Just brilliant, you know. Again, I sorry, I gotta flex. I'm very proud of my my little pie charts over here. Very fancy, right? I think I did good. But you know, once again, you can see how, I mean, it's just obscene, right? Dude, all of this money should be going to the people. Like this entire thing should be orange. The whole thing. All of it. But it's not. It's not, is it? It's going to the military industrial complex, is going to this slew of domestic programs. You know, just obscene. Oh man. There you go. So I think that should clear up any confusion on the issue. Only Rashida Tlaib and Tulsi Gabbard voted against this. There you go. So let me see what's going on over here. Well, I got a million tabs open, man. Let me see if I can close some of this. Yeah, there's just... The corruption is staggering, truly. The corruption is staggering. Just another quick comment over here from I think this, yeah, Massey again. Wait, no, that's my pie chart, not my pie chart. I'm trying to show you this tweet. So look what he says. My staff and I control F'd it as much as we could in the short time we had, meaning the search function, using the search function on the bill. So just absurd, really absurd. I don't see how anyone can justify this crap. I really don't. I really don't, man. So we have, as of now, let me just check over here. We have 400 people watching. Wonderful, wonderful. But only 300 likes. So please make sure that you have hit the like button because of the YouTube algorithm. As Joe Biden says, go, you know the thing. You know the thing. Hit the like button, throw a shoe at it. And it really helps with the algorithm. So let's move on to our the saga continues, right? We're not done with this COVID relief bullshit. We'll get to the latest of it. Let me just pull this up over here. There we go. We got a couple of super chats that I'll read very, very quickly before I move on to the next segment. All right. Bone Spurs, thank you. Says Murica's government has totally collapsed and is incapable of addressing the needs of its citizens. I mean, that's putting it mildly, man. It's a fucking banana republic. Like it's what do we call it again? A papaya republic? I can't remember, man. Just pick a fruit and it's gonna take it to the next level, man. It's way worse than that. Stacy, thank you very much for the super chat. Stacy says, new sub, bring the fucking heat, Richard. That's what I'm here for. Ilhan Omar literally cheering Chuck Schumer in the tweet for the corporate giveaway. Yeah, I saw that. And the $600. Politicians are depraved narcissists. P.S. My buddies are Syrian. I'm a U.S. vet. I fucking get it. I feel your rage. Hashtag you're my therapy. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And thank you for the super chat and the support. And, you know, it's like I said, the way that they just fucking lie and then turn around and screw you. And they're so good at it, right? Like AOC just like went off of Twitter for 24 hours. I've never seen that before. That was funny, man. It's really funny. And what's actually even more scary, what's really scarier, honestly, you know what's scarier than that is the hordes, the scores of people willing to defend that and with such ignorance as well. Like they're so convinced, yes, she did not vote for it. What are you talking about? Like you just make shit up? Living like in La La Land, it's quite literally delusional, right? Because, and it's quite funny because it shows that they know deep down that this is bad. They fucking know it. Because otherwise, why would you be so ardent? Why would you be so adamant in attempting to prove that, the squad did not vote for this? Is because it's a pile of shit. And they did vote. They did fucking vote for it. Again, with the exception of Rashida and Tulsi Gabbard. So, I mean, to be completely fair, it's a joke at this point, right? I mean, this is a petty crime after the CARES Act, after the Heroes Act. I mean, it's piled up so much. They've already stolen so much money from you. They've already given away so much to the corporations. This is a fucking joke at this point, right? Like, I've lost count and I'm covering the shit. Like, it's insane. It's insane. Like, who has not taken money from this? There are fucking horses. There are horses that are getting coronavirus money now. Like, I don't even know what to say, dude. I mean, yes, animals are awesome, but that's not the point here. Maybe you should take care of your citizens first before giving tax breaks. And I mean, I'm fucking speechless, man. It's really some banana republics nonsense. It really is. So let me move on to the next segment. Since we're still, let me stay on the stuff, and then I'll get to the rest of the super chats. And thank you so much to everybody who's supporting the show. I really appreciate it. So the saga continues. So we just saw, once again, thank you for the donation. I heard that. We just saw all of these politicians screw you over again and leave you with a $600 check, right? That's it. Donald Trump has come out and said he won't be accepting that. I'm not kidding, man. This is breaking news. This is like from 2 hours ago. So Donald Trump comes out now and says he's not going to accept $600. He wants $2,000. Let me play you the clip. I'm not making this up. Okay? Here we go. This is from just a few hours ago.
Throughout the summer, Democrats cruelly blocked COVID relief legislation in an effort to advance their extreme left-wing agenda and influence the election. Then, a few months ago, Congress started negotiations on a new package to get urgently needed help to the American people. It's taken forever. However, the bill they are now planning to send back to my desk is much different than anticipated. It really is a disgrace. For example, among the more than 5,000 pages in this bill, which nobody in Congress has read because of its length and complexity, it's called the COVID Relief Bill, but it has almost nothing to do with COVID. This bill contains $85.5 million for assistance to Cambodia, $134 million to Burma, $1.3 billion for Egypt and the Egyptian military, which will go out and buy almost exclusively Russian military equipment, $25 million for democracy and gender programs in Pakistan, $505 million to Belize, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, and Panama. $40 million for the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C., which is not even open for business. $1 billion for the Smithsonian, and an additional $154 million for the National Gallery of Art. Likewise, these facilities are essentially not open. $7 million for reef fish management, $25 million to combat Asian carp, $2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico, a provision to promote the breeding of fish in federal hatcheries, $3 million in poultry production technology, $2 million to research the impact of down trees, $566 million for construction projects at the FBI. The bill also allows stimulus checks for the family members of illegal aliens, allowing them to get up to $1,800 each. This is far more than the Americans are given. Despite all of this wasteful spending and much more, the $900 billion package provides hardworking taxpayers with only $600 each in relief payments. And not enough money is given to small businesses, and in particular restaurants, whose owners have suffered so grievously. They were only given a deduction for others to use in business their restaurant for 2 years. This 2-year period must be withdrawn, which will allow the owners to obtain financing and get their restaurants back in condition. Congress can terminate it at a much later date, but 2 years is not acceptable. It's not enough. Congress found plenty of money for foreign countries, lobbyists, and special interests, while sending the bare minimum to the American people who need it. It wasn't their fault. It was China's fault, not their fault. I am asking Congress to amend this bill and increase the ridiculously low $600 to $2,000 or $4,000 for a couple. I'm also asking Congress to immediately get rid of the wasteful and unnecessary items from this legislation and to send me a suitable bill, or else the next administration will have to deliver a COVID relief package, and maybe that administration will be me, and we will get it done. Thank you very much.
Wow. All right. Okay. By the way, notice how among all the useless crap that he mentioned, he didn't say anything about the Space Force, right? Which his bright idea. But I mean, yeah, the point is well taken. We know the bill is full of nonsense. It's a pity he didn't have a problem with the CARES Act, right? And all the other ones. It's weird, right? It's only they only have a problem with spending when they can turn it into a partisan issue. But at the end of the day, friends of DC get paid. Regardless, what's fascinating here is that Donald Trump is outlifting the Democrats, the progressives, right? I mean, Democrats are essentially right-wingers, so there's nothing to outleft there, really, is there? They're always going to be on the right. But the progressives, who claim to be so enlightened, yes, and different, as we just saw yesterday, they voted to give you $600. Again, with the exception of Rashida Tlaib and Tulsi Gabbard. AOC, despite complaining about the $600 check, rightfully so, she still voted for it. Ilhan Omar still voted for it. They all did. Nancy Pelosi, look what she said, actually, about the $600. You know what she called it? Take a look.
Legislation, direct payments, which were not in the Republican bill, to America's working families. I would like them been bigger, but they are significant, and they will be going out soon. We also...
Significant? No. You having two $11,000 fridges is significant, right? In the true sense of the term. That's significant. A one-time $600 check is not significant in any capacity whatsoever. I don't know what planet she lives on, but clearly it's not going to cut it. Okay. I mean, this is, I don't understand Americans, like how they allow politicians to just fucking insult them like this. It's just unbelievable. It really is. She's literally insulting you. So Donald Trump wants to give more money than the Democrats. Now, this is not news, by the way, huh? If you look at this article, this is just one of the first ones that you'll find if you go on Google. Look at this. It's from October. I'll zoom in for you. Over the weekend, Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin offered House Speaker Nancy Pelosi a roughly $1.8 trillion plan, about $400 billion less than the bill House Democrats passed earlier this month. And Pelosi, dismissed the proposal, right? And she said, oh, Trump, he just wants his name on a check to go out before Election Day. Okay? Now, what they were proposing here, look at this. The latest offer from Mnuchin includes $300 billion in aid for state and local governments, $400 per week in enhanced unemployment insurance into January, direct payments of up to $1,200 for adults and $1,000 per child, and liability protections for businesses, among other details. All right. So, I mean, let's be frank here. All of this crap is insufficient. All of it. It's not enough. It's insulting regardless. But Nancy Pelosi openly admits to having blocked you from getting more money just because she wanted to prevent Donald Trump from scoring political points. I mean, what kind of dimensional, like what dimension of chess is that exactly? Huh? Is it like this is just straight up evil shit? And someone asked her about that, by the way, and look at her response. Okay, just look at her response.
Yeah.
Was it a mistake not to accept half of a loaf months ago when you said, I'm not going to accept half a loaf?
Look, I'm going to tell you something.
But now-
Don't characterize what we did before as a mistake, as a preface to your question, if you want an answer. That was not a mistake. It was a decision, and it has taken us to a place where we can do the right thing without other, shall we say, considerations in the legislation that we don't want. Now, that is it. Now, the fact is, I'm very proud of where we are.
What? Oh, okay. Right. Of course she's proud because $600 is, remember, $600 is significant according to her. By the way, do you see how she spoke to the reporter? Very Trumpian, yes? Be quiet. Don't talk to me in that tone. Okay, if you want an answer. They're all the same. They're all the same, these politicians. So all of a sudden, after Trump announced this just a few hours ago, all of a sudden AOC's back on Twitter. Wow, right? So she voted for the $600. She screwed you. She disappeared. And then when all of a sudden Trump makes this surprise announcement for $2,000, which is, it's still crumbs and unacceptable. It's 8 months late and it's still a one-time thing. All of a sudden, AOC's back. Now look at this. This is from Rashida Tlaib. She says, me and AOC have the amendment ready. Send the bill back and we will put in the $2,000 we've been fighting for that your party has been blocking. Really? Really? You've been fighting for that? Are you sure? Are you sure about that? Because I seem to recall AOC talking about 1,200. So I don't remember anyone talking about 2,000 except Trump, honestly. Like I'm being honest here. I really don't remember AOC ever even saying that. And again, it still wouldn't be enough. It still wouldn't be enough because if you look at other countries, they haven't been doing just one-time payments. They're covering people's salaries. They're making sure that people stay afloat, right? It's not just like, oh yeah, here's some crumbs, now go away, you peasants, which is essentially what they're doing. Like even if they gave you 5,000 or 10,000, it's still this notion that, oh, here's some crumbs, now fuck off. What? No. You're the richest country on earth. You can afford this. They just don't want to do it. All right. So now that Donald Trump has fucking exposed them, I mean, they exposed themselves, right? Like, did I need Donald Trump to come here and embarrass them? No. The fact that they voted for that shit, you fucking voted for the CARES Act. You voted for the other crap, the HEROES Act. You voted for this $600. How could you do that? How could you do that, man? I've seen politicians resign from their parties over way less than this. Okay? This is insulting. Like, I would be afraid of my constituents if I showed up after 8 months and gave them a one-time $600 check. I would be afraid of my constituents. Okay? I would be ashamed. And these people want to fucking grandstand, and they want to act like they're superior, and they're so, they have the moral high ground. What the fuck? This is preposterous. They just flat out refuse to fight for you in any capacity. No healthcare. We're not going to withhold our vote for Pelosi. Screw you. We're not going to do anything about the stimulus. We're going to accept, whatever crumbs are brought to the table, and that's it. By the way, look what Pelosi says. All right. Republicans repeatedly refused to say what amount the president wanted for direct checks. At last, the president has agreed to $2,000. Democrats are ready to bring this to the floor this week by unanimous consent. Let's do it. What? So again, this is her response to Trump saying he wants 2,000 instead of 600. This is a flat out lie. I just showed you right here in the other tab. I just showed you that they were talking about at least 1,200 back in October. So this is a flat out lie. And Trump was talking about 2,000 before. And you've admitted, as I just showed you in the goddamn videos, Nancy Pelosi, she admitted to blocking him because she didn't want his name on a check. She admitted that. She said that. Unbelievable. I mean, really, it's staggering how corrupt these people are on both sides, really. And by the way, if you want an interesting read, yes, this came out today. Joe Biden helped to get it down to $600 bucks. So I'm really finding this quite amusing, because all that we've heard since he started running is that, oh, look, he's the Democratic nominee, and now we're going to push him left, and, everything's going to be fine once he gets in, and, he's better than Trump. Trump is not giving us any COVID relief, and Trump is so reckless, and he's not handling this crisis properly, and now Joe Biden's going to restore the soul of the nation. He's going to deal with the crisis properly. No, he was fine. Joe Biden was fine with you having like $600, right? I wish that were his only vice. I wish, right? So this is frankly insane. By the way, speaking of more bipartisan fuckery, there's an article I was reading earlier about how this was in The Hill, I believe, about how Mitch McConnell has struck a deal with the Senate Minority Leader Schumer for them to reconvene shortly after Christmas, which is a rare thing, right? It's not like politicians work that much anyway, right? So they will reconvene to make sure that the defense budget goes through, because Trump has threatened to veto it, right? And this is related to Section 230 about social media and all that stuff. So because Trump has threatened to veto it, exceptionally, they're going to reconvene right after Christmas, because they have a veto-proof majority, because of course all things are bipartisan in war and empire, and they can probably get it passed regardless, even if Trump vetoes it. So I'm just again, I'm disgusted, but I'm not surprised. I'm disgusted, but I'm not surprised. They are taking you guys for suckers, really. They are taking you guys for suckers. And by the way, once again, just to show you that Nancy Pelosi is full of crap and she's flat out lying. This is from the Washington Post from just a few days ago. White House aides talked Trump out of last-minute demands for stimulus checks as big as 2,000. So how is she coming over here and saying that Trump never specified an amount? Again, just a flat-out lie. I mean, it's you can't deal with these people, man. It's all theater. It's all theater, and they're very good at it. Specifically AOC, specifically the squad, right? They're really good at it. They're making you believe that there's some kind of leftist wing inside of the Democratic Party. No. When it comes down to it, they all play on the same team. And I've always told you this. You can't reform that party, man. Get this out of your head. Like this is an infantile, this is a childish notion. Completely preposterous. Truly. I mean, not only ostensibly, just on the surface, is dialogue in the American political apparatus so limited. Like you literally just have Democrats and Republicans, but they're so far to the right. I mean, to think that you can come in and you're just gonna effectuate some kind of change and get away with it. I mean, we're not even seeing like a minimum. They won't even do the bare minimum. They won't withhold their vote for Pelosi. They won't support primary challengers, right? Once she got hers, I'm talking here about AOC. People see knocked down the House on Netflix, for example. She was in that documentary, and they were also with, I think, Paula Jean and Cori Bush, and AOC. I didn't see her reaching out and helping to lift them up and prop up their campaigns, get them elected into Congress, right? I didn't see her talking about Shai Buttar, who's running for Pelosi's seat. Did you hear her say a goddamn word? Right? So they tell you, oh yeah, we just need to get more progressives elected, right? And then eventually, once we increase our numbers, we'll have more leverage and more power. They got no fucking intention of doing that whatsoever. No goddamn intention. So they're showing you with their votes, they're showing you with their behavior in regards to primary challengers, they're showing you in the way they criticize Republicans, which is fine, go ahead. But then they refuse to apply the same criticisms to their own party and hold their own leadership accountable. They're not going to do shit, man. They're not going to do shit. It's all talk. That's it. I'm just laughing at Trump embarrassing the crap out of them, like out-lefting them. But still, I mean, $2,000, this is an insult. This is too little, too late. It means nothing. And, dude, we're in December. It's almost 2021. The last time people got a check, if they even got it, some of you didn't get it, was March, right? Back in spring. I mean, this is beyond insulting. It's as I called on Twitter, straight up highway robbery, straight up corruption in plain sight, in broad daylight. And, if this crap, you think this is going to get you anything, I mean, wow. Even Speaker Pelosi has pushed for retroactive benefits. Nah, Speaker Pelosi just told us she thinks $600 is fine and you can have some crumbs, right? She probably has more than $600 worth of ice cream in her $11,000 fridge, right? Oh boy, what are we gonna do? By the way, I saw over here this response from AOC. So she responded to the tweet from Rashida Tlaib, right? Said, "Let's do it. Let's do it." And I already co-wrote the COVID amendment for $2,000 checks, so it's ready to go. Really? Why didn't you bring it with you yesterday before you voted for the $600? Would have been nice, right? No? I don't know. Like, you did have 8 months. I never saw you talk about $2,000. Glad to see the president is willing to support our legislation. Oh. We can pass $2,000 checks this week if the Senate GOP agrees to stand down. Really? Because when I just showed you when I just showed you how everybody voted on this new relief package, the entire fucking Democratic Party was on board, right? Nancy Pelosi, once again, thinks that $600 is significant. You all seem to be fucking fine with it. Why are you bothering? Why are you bothering? I thought everything is fine. Why are you bothering? Of course, it's only the Senate GOP blocking him, right? And by the way, Ilhan Omar, same thing. I saw her on Twitter posting the same thing, like, we just need Mitch McConnell to get out of the way now, and everything's going to be fine. No, it's not Mitch McConnell. You all fucking voted for that shit. At the end of the day, when it came down to it, you fucking said yes. You were okay with that. And this is beyond unacceptable. It's insulting. I mean, dude, I posted this. You couldn't put a fucking gun to my head and make me vote for that. Resign. Flat out resign. If you're not going to stand up to the party, and you're also not going to, cause any ripples, you're not going to make any waves like when you first came in, what's the point? If you're not going to do it during your pandemic, I don't know how these people can look at their constituents, honestly. So there you go. By the way, speaking of this is just about Biden's. So he wants to, in regards to immigration, right? He's not going to do shit. I'm leaving that. I'm going to do a segment on that. But, Susan Rice was talking about this on his behalf, right? On what his administration is going to be like. And all those kids in cages that we kept hearing about, the cages that Obama built. All of a sudden, it seems that Democrats don't seem to care anymore about the kids in the cages because, Biden is going to keep them in the cages. He's going to keep putting kids in cages. That's not going to stop. All right. I'm paraphrasing here, but what I recall Susan Rice saying yesterday was something along the lines of the borders are not just going to be open for anyone to come in, something along those lines. Anyway, we'll do I want to do a separate segment on that, so we'll wait till then. By the way, I just want to show you one thing over here. This is from AOC. Hold on. It's hard to keep up, man. They're good at this. The third vote had the actual COVID relief. The two little $600 checks. Now, I don't know if you can actually see the whole thing. Hold on, I'm trying to zoom out over here. There were also some omnis tacked on, meaning the omnibus bill that I showed you, but less controversial. I initially voted present on this because this process is so effed up. But then, yes, because my families are so hungry, wanted to barf. What does that even mean, man? Like, it's not enough. You're giving away this crap to corporations. That the people that are benefiting from this the most are elites, are your friends in DC and their friends. It's not your constituents. They're not getting shit. This is an insult. This is throwing crumbs and being like, I couldn't really do anything. By the way, we're going to have a little feast over here. Bye-bye. But I'm so sorry about that. I couldn't do anything. I'm sorry. Dude, I'm sorry. This is nonsense, right? If you are really disgusted, like she says, I wanted to barf, you fucking resign, right? I would not be associated with a disgusting, corrupt, vile establishment that gives its own people $600 and is treating them like literally like their lives don't matter. I mean, this is absurd. I don't tolerate this. It's like they say one thing, they do another, and then they come up with the lamest shit. She's posting fucking tweets to excuse this vote. She won't even admit that she voted for the CARES Act. I'm done, man. I'm done. Like, there's so many There's only so many times you can make excuses. Once, twice, 3 times. How many times are you going to excuse this shit? How many times, man? Explain this to me. So let me just read your super chat. So Pancho, thank you for the donation. Pancho says, no more Mama Bear. We want Medicare. You know it, man. You know it. Mama Bear for all. That's what you're getting right now, unfortunately. But you know, we can't do anything about that. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to tolerate Nancy Pelosi for another 100 years. That's the way it is, man. We don't have anyone better. It's just, you know. Rockin' Drew says, be aware unemployment is taxable income, and if you stream copyrighted material, you can be thrown in jail 10 years with a felony. So, look, in case you were following, I believe, I'm sorry, I really can't remember. Are you going to blame me because it's a 5,000 page bill? I can't remember where exactly it was in the goddamn thing, but they wanted to make streaming also illegal. I mean, just which is very practical during COVID, right? When everyone's at home watching stuff. I mean, they really try to sneak in as much crap as they can into there. And it's like, oh, sorry, you know, we couldn't do anything. That's how it is. I don't want to hear these fucking excuses, man. People don't want to hear these excuses. They want some fucking relief, man. Jesus Christ. You got horses now and the Space Force getting paid. Get out of here, man. Chip, thank you, Chip, says, hello, America. Mitt Romney's dressage horse named what? Ralph Falca is about to get more COVID funding than your granny. Unfortunately, yes, the horses are getting paid, man. Glory, thank you so much for showing up. Glory says, this bill control effed us in the ass. Screw these spineless chumps. Hey, totally. It's disgusting how they always manage to rationalize some shit. Like, I bet you, man, I swear, these people, they could vote for a fucking new war tomorrow morning and be like, man, I didn't want to, but, you know, in the end, it's the GOP's fault. And so, you know, we just got to murder some children in the Middle East. Emojis. What the fuck? No, like, I'm pretty sure, man, if you had shown people her future voting record, they wouldn't have voted for her. Like, if you'd shown them she's going to vote for this shit, they would not vote for her. No. And what's funny is you don't know who I'm talking about. Because they're all the same, unfortunately, in the progressive wing of the Democratic Party. And now, of course, we have the new players, right? Jamal Bowman, we got with his Zionist stuff. So let me just continue with the super chats. Re-Network, thank you so much for the donation. John, it's good to see you. John, thank you, says, AOC is doing her best to Liz Warren impersonation. Yes, I concur with that assessment. I think that is an accurate assessment. Beef Squanch says the Dems are so scared of Trump outflanking them from the left, they started tweeting so fast after his little speech. Exactly. That's really it. You know, it's like the they all know it's a goddamn theater, right? As I said, it's performance. So they have to keep up appearances, right? Oh, look, we're totally ready to go, man. We totally want 2K. It's all your fault, right? Even though we just voted for 600, but like, you know, it's we're ready to go. Look, we just wrote this fucking bill. Wow, that's amazing. That is amazing that you acted so quickly. It's too bad you didn't have it with you yesterday. Magnetic, thank you for the super chat, says, gotta support uncorrupted leftist media. Keep at it because we need more outlets untethered to power brokers just laying down facts. Thank you. I appreciate it very, very much. Thank you so much. And DC says, how can we combat the massive partisan bot and troll armies permeating social media, manipulating public consciousness with lies and red herring arguments? Dude, I don't know about bot armies. I mean, we don't want to we don't want to go into Russiagate mode over here, but yeah, I mean, a lot of people sound like bots. I think they've been brainwashed into thinking that, you know, they're going to have some kind of leverage and results with, you know, progressive newcomers in the Democratic Party. No, this is absurd. You're not getting anything inside that party. That's just not happening. And again, as I said before previously, what really concerns me is the amount of people that are in flat out denial that this even happened, right? There's still people doing it about the CARES Act, by the way. They're like, what do you mean AOC voted for that? Of course she didn't. Dude, look, listen. Stop idolizing politicians, especially politicians that haven't even done anything for you. Like that's even worse. That's even worse. Like if they'd given you Medicare for all or done something substantial, right? I mean, she did when she got rid of Crowley, which is quite the upset. And she could keep doing that if she wanted to. She could definitely do something against Pelosi if she wanted to. She's one of the most popular politicians in the country. Don't tell me that doesn't mean something. Nonetheless, my point is, you know, there are people who are just like, no, she didn't vote for that. You're a liar, and just like this cognitive dissonance. It really does sound bot-like in a sense. Yeah, it's just crazy. It's delusional. I don't know, man. We just got to keep educating people, I guess. You know, that's why I broke down the way that they voted on it, and which no one else did. I think AOC started doing it like an hour ago, but yesterday, I'm getting confused with the time zones now because for me, it's yesterday already because it's past midnight. But yesterday, AOC, she didn't break down the voting process. I didn't see anyone else doing it. So I did it on Twitter, and then I came in and did it here because I think it's important for people to know how they screw around with this, right? So we just got to keep educating people. That's what it comes down to. Glory says, love what you're doing. You're goated. Also, you're not too big time to come answer this fuck, marry, kill. Oh my God, she got me again. Glory keeps getting me with these, man. AOC, oh my God. Cenk Uygur and Nomiki Kunz. Oh God, this is a terrible one. Oh shit. What are we gonna do, man? What are we gonna do? That's a tough question. Oof. I don't know, man. I just don't know. I just don't know. Oh God. All right, I'm gonna have to whoop Cenk's ass for his union busting bullshit. Since Nomiki loves regime change so much, she can get Gaddafi'd, and I guess I'll have to marry AOC. There you go. You know, at least I'll be able to you know, make sure that she doesn't forget her $2,000 amendments. So there you go. Was that a good answer? These are always tough, man. These are always tough. They really are. They really are. A-Tester, thank you for the super chat. Ninurta says, the United States has plenty of money and time to support apartheid Israel, but no time or money to take care of her citizens. Yeah, of course. I mean, they get billions, and in the HEROES Act, you see how many of these bills they've passed? Like, you can't even keep up with the corruption. I think it was the HEROES Act, yeah. They gave them another 2.5 million. Man, I'm not sure if it was the HEROES Act. I reported it. It's on the channel. Go look at my videos. I reported on it. They gave to this organization posing as a nonprofit called Friends of the IDF. They gave them like 2 million. Not to mention now they're giving another 500 million. I mean, it's obscene, right? And not to mention, of course, the defense budget has billions in that. But of course, American citizens, you get $600. Like, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. Blue Lives Murder says, don't forget you will also be fined for posting memes. Well, man, I'm not even going to dignify that with a response, man. No, but seriously, like this shady shit that they're passing is unreal. Like somebody posted on Twitter, next stimulus relief is going to be a CashApp request from Nancy Pelosi. She's going to be asking you for $300. That's basically what it's going to be, man. Seriously. 777, thank you for the super chat. It says 9/11 was an inside job. Look, man, obviously this is all Mitch McConnell's fault, and you need to take it up with the GOP. Just classic. We need to have an AOC soundboard, man. We really do. I mean, we'll see what they do with this $2,000 that they're talking about now. I wouldn't get my hopes up because it's not like the Democrats or the Republicans are dying to come save you. They got theirs. Remember, they got theirs. They got their fucking money. Remember that, right? They got their trillions and they fucked you. And now they act like, oh, look at us. Oh, we're more generous than them. They're clearly your enemies. And then they're like trying to outbest each other. What a bunch of bullshit. All performance, man. All performance. So hold on a second. I got to make sure that I didn't miss any donations over here. So I think we got two new members on Patreon. We got Mike and we got Sharon. Mike and Sharon, thank you so much. I will play a crab dance for you, and I'm really grateful for your support.
Clap for that, you stupid bastard.
Corn Pop was a bad dude, and he ran a bunch of bad boys.
Listen, fuckhead, you have fucking crossed the line, claiming I'm the enemy. You got that, you goddamn son of a bitch?
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
Good morning. Sunday morning.
Cut that bitch out.
Hey, why you texting? Why, you're getting nervous, man. Calm down. It's okay. Okay.
Suck my dick and choke on it. I yield my time. Fuck you.
Beautiful. I'm out of focus. I know. There we go. Thank you guys so much for signing up on the Patreon. By the way, let me just show you very quickly if my goddamn mouse would work. Come on, man. My camera trying to... Look at this. Check this out. We are almost at our goal, man. We've almost reached 350. This is frankly amazing. If you want to support independent media, please do so. Patreon.com/PapiChuluman, and I'm going to post the link in the chat, and you can do it for as little as $2 a month, whatever, however little you want, however much you want. It doesn't matter. Everything is appreciated, and I'm most grateful. So I'm really happy. And by the way, once we get to 350, we'll have a brand new crab dance. So I'm waiting to unveil that for you, right? I'm waiting to reveal that. You'll enjoy it very much. You'll enjoy it very much for sure. So we got a few more super chats that I want to read to you. We got one over here. Just 1 second as my phone loads because it's slow as hell. Claudia says, "Hi Richie, just want to say Merry Christmas, you desert-loving Englishman." Thank you very much. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you too. And that's a good line. That comes from Lawrence of Arabia, right? Desert-loving Englishman. That's a good line, man. Morgan, thank you very much for the donation. Morgan says, "Holy cow, this is some real reporting. Thanks for going into the details about how exactly they are screwing us. Happy to see your channel grow. Merry Christmas, Richie." Merry Christmas, Morgan. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And I just realized I'm out of focus. Sorry. I really appreciate that. And as I said, it's important to break it down for people because, I mean, this is absurdly complicated. Like, I mean, not just the legislation itself, 5,000 pages. I mean, gee, who can go through that crap, man? Really, it's obscene. Like, the entire premise is you need relief. That's it. You need stimulus checks, unemployment, medical insurance, healthcare. You know, you need a freeze on evictions, all this stuff, social safety nets. That's the point of this. You don't need 5,000 fucking pages for that. You just don't. You just don't. And not to mention the way that they vote on it and then fucking lie about it. Like, I mean, just the CARES Act alone, that they did a voice vote. I mean, this is bullshit. You're telling me that they got technology to fucking assassinate people with drones on the other side of the planet, but they can't do a fucking recorded vote from the safety of their own homes? These poor politicians who can't be fucking bothered to come to work for you. Bullshit. Bullshit. They did that on purpose because they didn't want to be on record giving away the largest slush fund, the biggest amount of cash in history, to fucking corporations who didn't need it. That's what it was about. This is obscene. So I went off on a tangent. Regardless, thank you. I really appreciate the support. So I just wanted to say that. And Cam 35mm, thank you, says Crowley lost against AOC because he wanted the speaker seat before the primary was over, right? So yeah, he wanted that, and or had aspirations rather, right? So AOC is a plant by the establishment. AOC is a Manchurian candidate. That's wasn't that a film with who's in it again? I can't remember. Denzel Washington? I don't know, but it's a good film anyway. But going back to your point, dude, look, I mean, you know, whether she's a plant or not, this is unacceptable. I mean, just, you know, this is not a good strategy, right? That's putting it fucking mildly. I mean, as I said, incompetent at best, and complicit at worst. That's all I can say. So there we go. I know my camera is bugging out. I know it's bugging out. I'm sorry about that. I think it's okay now. Ninurta, thank you for the super chat. Says, I really appreciate the hard work you do. I want to thank you for helping me see through things. I will do what I can to support you. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you too. And that's really sweet of you. I really appreciate that. And I don't know what time zone you guys are in. Some of you might be 12 hours ahead or 12 hours behind or whatever, but Merry Christmas to all of you. And John, thank you for the super chat. John says, who trusts the squad at this point? These motherfuckers are all fake as hell. Vote for the other Biden. Man, I mean, if you look at the way the vote went, if you look at Rashida Tlaib and Tulsi Gabbard voting no, I mean, yeah, that was the correct thing to do, obviously, but because $600 is an insult. And they just showed you like how from one day to like one moment to the next, they can suddenly whip up amendments for 2,000. Regardless, my point here, this is way too little, way too late. Like, how many bills, how many stimulus packages are we in now? Like, CARES Act, HEROES Act. I mean, is this the sixth one, if I'm not mistaken? It's obscene. The only people that have actually gotten anything from this are corporations. They've completely fucked people over in every capacity. Like, there's some real bullshit going on here. You shouldn't trust anyone. It's not just about the squad. Like, you know, all these people are in it for themselves, man. I don't know how much more obvious we can make that. They do a pretty good job themselves at it. So there you go. But again, the only saving grace is that they're the only two who voted against it. So, Anthony, thank you for the banana sticker. My rep Rashid almost redeemed herself after many duds. Indeed. Many duds, unfortunately. 777 says, is TYT a scam media outlet? Genuinely curious. Look, man. I mean, scam? I don't know, but they all blocked me. I mean, half of them did at least. I don't think I've gotten Cenk to block me yet, but just, I mean, if you're watching the videos, just this week alone, we had like Anna, Nomiki, and the third one, I can't remember her name. They blocked me because they don't like the truth, you know? They don't like the truth about Assange, that they haven't done anything for Assange. They don't like the fact people are calling them out for supporting regime change in Libya, supporting regime change in Syria. I mean, what is progressive about any of that? You sound like fucking neocons. So, you know, make your own conclusions from that. So there you go. There you go. They call themselves like home of progressive media, right? Or home of progressives. I can't remember what their slogan is. Dude. Really? Really? They had like they have millions of dollars, man. They didn't even bother covering the Assange hearing. That's obscene. That's unacceptable. Unacceptable. All right, guys. So You're welcome. You're welcome, 777. I hope I answered your question adequately. So there you go. And we got another super chat from Alec. Thank you so much for the donation. Alex says, I'm overdue for a donation for the superb on-the-scene coverage of the Assange trial. Thank you. And the top-notch long-form interviews recently. And thanks for recommending Abby Martin's film, Palestine Fights for Freedom. I know you had to censor the word Palestine because PayPal makes you, like, it's not a joke. You can't say Syria, Palestine on PayPal. So I extend an offer to the audience who can't afford the rental fee to at me on the Poppy's Pals Discord. If you at Alec in the next 24 hours, I will pay for you to see it. That's a great offer. So hold on. I'll drop the link to the Discord. You guys hit up Alec and he'll pay for you to see the movie. So this is by Abby Martin. Man, just it's heartbreaking, but really everyone needs to see this. I mean, it's she's done so much amazing work with Empire Files and going there directly. So let me just drop the link over here to the Discord. Give me a sec. So, and thank you, Alec. That's really kind of you. I really appreciate the kind words and for helping everybody out. There we go. Claudia dropped the link, so you guys make sure you go hit up the Discord, and that'll be great. And my camera is bugging out, man. I think my camera is starting to die. Like, this thing is 7 years old. So, I don't know. After doing those 7-hour streams, I don't blame it. But I'm just, you know. Are you guys surprised? Are you guys surprised with the bullshit from these fucking progressives? 600. They fucking sold you out for 600. Obscene. Really obscene. So, guys, I'm gonna leave it at that. I hope you can still see me. I think my thing froze. So I'm gonna leave it at that. The segments will be up shortly, and I thank you very much for tuning in. If you can, please definitely support the show. You can do that on Venmo or Cash App or PayPal. Just scan the thing. You know the thing, the QR code with your phone. And other than that, there's also Patreon. Patreon.com/PapiChuleman. I'm dropping all the links in the chat. Thank you so much for supporting anti-imperialists. leftist, independent journalism and media. And by the way, I really, really, really recommend that you guys join on Rockfin because it's not just me who's on there. You got Jimmy Dore, you got Ron Placone, Nico, Convo Couch, Graham, all your favorites. They're all there. And you know, it's free. You just make an account for free. And if you hit the subscribe button, you sign up. It's $10 a month. You'll get everybody's premium. It's like an all-in-one thing. All right. So it is worth it. And there's no censorship. There's no YouTube bullshit. So that's why it's really worth it. So there you go, guys. Rockfin.com/RichardMedhurst. And yeah, that's about it. So thanks a lot for tuning in. And I don't know what the hell is up with my camera. I got to fix that. I got to look into that. So yeah, maybe we can go and get a new one with the GoFundMe. And that's it. That's it. So Merry Christmas, everybody. Hope you guys. Wishing you guys happy holidays, and I'll see you soon, right? So segments will be up later. Be well. Thank you for tuning in. Really appreciate all the support.